Does my hair look decent? Because I haven't actually looked at myself in the mirror today because I was running late.
Do you want to like man spread? Be like, I'll just do a little cute stuff.
That's next. Perfect. No, don't do the funny recordings. We need the recordings of the performance. Stupid.
Because my
you don't have the skills, the theater skills to look at it.
no, but I do have the autism that makes my eyes dart around like a fucking housefly.
Toasters in the back. That's not good. Don't do it.
You have less than 13 reasons, I promise.
My name is Haley Carter.
I'm Nat.
I'm Maggie.
Hi, I'm Steven.
I'm Brooklyn Shelton.
Yeah, I'm Charles Landry, and I am the president and founder of Upbuck, the Patchwork Players improv team.
Here lies Wiley Coyote. Fallen too soon.
So I had been trying for a really long time to get an improv team at my high school, and it never ended up working because my high school was being torn down, and so they didn't want to try and start a group with a high school that was only going to be there for another few months. And so once I got to college, I really looked around trying to see if there was an improv team here, and there wasn't. And then when I tried to form one of the professors told me that the Patchwork Players already had an improv group. But when I went and talked to them about it, they said, yeah, actually we don't, but why don't you just do it? And so I did. I made a plan and talked to them, and they were like, yeah, cool, we'll support you. And then I started doing improv.
Well, my brother was the one who founded it, and he kind of approached me and was like, hey, this would be the easiest way to get a vice president. Could you just be my vice president? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be your vice president. And since then, I've just been helping out with the improv team.
So actually, I was one of the first members. I think I was the first official member besides the president and the vice president of the group. I just got an email from the lady that runs the patchwork board, and they were like, hey, we've got an improv team. I was like, perfect, I need to do that. So I went in expecting a ton of people. There wasn't. It was just me and two other people, but we had a great time, and I auditioned shortly after because I was the only person that did it. But yeah.
Well, I like to joke and say that I joined improv by accident because I was just kind of invited along with some friends last year about halfway through towards the end of the semester. And I ended up auditioning, and it ended up being a really good outlet for me. I really needed some stress relief and an escape from all of my classes and stuff.
I like it a lot. I didn't get a lot of experience with it in high school. We just kind of played improv games, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. We should do an improv show. And my teacher was like, yeah, we could, I guess. And I was like, okay. And then I got to college, and I was like, wow, they do improv shows here. This is so fun and fresh.
I really love it. It's been something really different for me. I had pretty much no theater experience before this, so I saw a flyer for an improv interest meeting and was like, yeah, that sounds like it could be cool. And then I loved it, and here we are.
Read this entirely. I need to get my glasses. What? I really love making people laugh. It brings me a sense of joy. And also, I like the kind of I like the bond that forms whenever I perform on stage with me and the audience, because I'm a theater kid. You can look at me and tell that I'm a theater kid. So bonding with the audience is very important to me.
Improv comedy is so fun. It's one of my favorite things. It's just coming up with jokes off the top of your head. That's what I do all the time. That's an ongoing thing. Even if you don't hear them, I'm constantly going and giggling to myself under my breath.
Oracle. It killed her. Oracle.
Some answers are cryptic and some are, they're answers, You just gotta take what you take.
I love comedy. I want to be a writer first and foremost, and I think comedy is really my strong suit. I love watching and listening to comedy, and I love performing it. It's just so much fun to just say the first thing that comes to mind, and all of a sudden people are laughing. Seriously. it's a great feeling to just make a bunch of people happy.
I really enjoy it because I do have a little bit of a background in community theater and high school theater. And it's been a long time since I've been able to get involved in that kind of stuff. So it's been really nice to have some involvement in anything related to that.
It keeps me creative, so I'm not really sure what I want to do yet with my life. So I think having a creative outlet and constantly thinking of new ideas and new things to do is really going to help me just kind of hone in on what exactly I want to do. And
I think for me, it's just like helped me get a broader variety of interests and just get exposed to some new things that I might not have otherwise, because I'm not a theater major, I'm a psychology major. Woo. So it's not necessarily going to be like my career, but I do think it'll play into it, just getting to learn different skills and try new things that I wouldn't have gotten to try just if I just stuck to things that were in my major.
I think it'll help me become a more confident person, not only in my social life, but in my work life, because I feel I can think on my feet faster and I can become more sociable and things like that.
So improv ends up helping me a lot in social situations. I'm sure our other people have said things like that, but social situations like meeting new people, getting over the anxiety of meeting new people, all that kind of thing, and just being able to talk to people about new and different things and feeling like you can actually engage them in conversation.
Improv helps me generally just branch out and try new things, because throughout my life I've struggled a lot, like socially and stuff, and improv of course forces you out of your comfort zone quite a bit, but it does it in a way that's a lot more like casual and easier to feel like you're being yourself.
I struggle with a lot of stuff. I struggle with my autism, my depression, my anxiety, and theater as a whole, but especially just improv is an escape for me, because I just get to come for an hour, 2 hours, do some fun games, and be funny for a little bit, and it's a nice escape.
I feel like for me, improv has really helped a lot with like my anxiety and getting used to talking in front of people, and also getting used to just like trying different things, because in improv it's a lot of just trial and error, and you throw out some jokes and you see what works and what doesn't. And I think that's carried over to other areas of my life, with being more okay with just trying different things and seeing what works and being okay with not everything working out.
I think it helps relieve my stress a lot of the time. Like if I've had a really stressful week, I know I can come here and just have a good time. And also it's helped me make more friends. Like I've actually been hanging out with people now that I'm on the improv team. And it's really been helping me overcome my anxieties of performing on stage.
I would say it also helps me with my anxiety. Like unlike theater did, I think being able to just, say what my ideas are and stuff really helps me. And I also I'm somebody who constantly needs a creative outlet. I constantly have to be doing something creative or just expressing who I am, or I get really sad. So it really helps me not be sad and be happy.
Okay, well, how long have you been doing this?
I think that they can, for one, it's just a really good escape. I know other people have mentioned that, but sometimes you just need to take your mind off things for a few minutes, and it just gets you thinking. You get to hear a lot of different things, and you get to laugh at us, and it can just be a chance to kind of turn your mind off for a few and watch people try to be funny.
So for me, at least, improv comedy is going to do a lot for my future. I've got a comedy show that I'm currently writing and all kinds of videos that I've got planned. It hopefully will become an extremely big player in my future.
Okay, was that a fun ride? No. It doesn't sound like it. Oh boy, was that here at Disney World? Switch.
Well, obviously they'll gain a sense of laughter, duh. But I think they can also just get a place to get away from it all. When you're in a comedy show, you don't have to think about the stress of the world. We actually tend to avoid those topics because we know people don't want to hear about that when they go to a comedy show. So comedy is a really nice way to just escape from the reality of the world, even if just for a little while.
I think being able to just think of something funny on the spot, or being able to like form these complicated scenes without much forethought, really helps me when I am planning stuff out and when I do have forethought. So when I'm, trying to write a script or something along those lines, it's a lot easier to think of funny stuff to go in there if I can just think of them on the fly. I mean, just like for me, it's an escape. For the audience, it's an escape. A lot of shows and performances are very dramatic, and they make a statement and stuff like that, and that's great, and we need that. But also, some people just need an escape. And watching a dumb show where we play dumb games and make dumb jokes, and there's no statement or anything, we're just having fun. Some people just need that. Some people need an escape from the real world and don't want to think about all the things that are going on in their life.
So what people can gain from watching comedy is very simple. You just laugh. It's really all you do. And as soon as a comedy performance or a play or anything like that, as soon as they say a joke and you laugh, they've got you. You're hooked immediately. It's over for you then. Let me see. Is that all of the interview questions?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Wait, can you ask me what is the interview for you?
Yeah. Charlie, what does theater do for you?
It helps me get off.
I go on record saying that Charles Landry is not funny.
I concur.
Where's my consent to sexy button? Oh my god.